with player housing on the horizon for World of Warcraft, fans are getting understandably antsy about information. This is especially the case for veteran MMO fans, who are well aware of how dire the player housing situations are for many other current games, including Final Fantasy XIV. Thankfully, Blizzard seems to be on the right track after a recent blog post that sheds more light on how their version of the housing system will work in WoW. One key element that is setting WoW apart is an expanding neighborhood system beyond the 50 housing plots per instance. If players need more neighborhoods to hold housing, they will be created, not through a lottery system and not at a later date. It'll just happen. It's a massive upgrade from many other MMOs, both from a modern and legacy standpoint. As someone who has played Final Fantasy XIV since 1.0, before Realm Reborn, player housing has been a constant problem for as long as I can remember. I briefly owned a plot, but after changing servers, I was never able to fully recover and own land again. Square Enix has a massive issue adding more player housing to FFXIV, and it's been a thorn in players' sides for years. Not to mention technical snafus that delayed the addition of more blocks, causing much of the community to give up that Square Enix will ever address the issue for good. Thankfully, Blizzard is fixing that issue in World of Warcraft. Once the player housing system arrives with the Midnight expansion, there are myriad quality of life upgrades that will ensure that this in-demand mechanic isn't frustrating. The big one? Neighborhoods won't run out of space minutes after land is sparingly put on sale, an issue FFXIV seemingly has no answer to. If neighborhoods need more space, the game will create them. No more running out of plots. Moving is also incredibly easy and straightforward, as opposed to the stress fest that takes place in FFXIV. You can relinquish a house at any time, and can unpack and buy a new house in another location. There's also a regret timer, so you can take your move back if you change your mind a little later. Who knew player housing could be this easy? More housing is a big win for World of Warcraft. Earlier this year, Blizzard shared a simple mantra that dictates how they are approaching player housing in World of Warcraft. No exorbitant requirements or high purchase costs, no lotteries, and no onerous upkeep. It makes perfect sense, and the lottery is bid as a direct dig other MMOs, including Final Fantasy XIV. World of Warcraft will allow for both public and private neighborhoods, as well as guild blocks, and it's great to know that before player housing even comes to World of Warcraft, there's a full vision of how it should play out, and there are very few compromises on paper. If you want a house, you should be able to get one, and neighborhoods are not going to run out of space forever. Hopefully it plays out that way in practice, but it's looking good so far.